we also need to be open to some of the weird things and maybe not be so uptight about our cultural norms. Expand a little, keep expanding.
I think so. That's a very Elon thing to say, and I love Elon. I think it's very specific to your astrology chart. Where is Pluto in your chart? Where is Neptune? Where is your moon? Where are the dark, deep go into the dark planets? What did you come here to do? I know some people who are scientists and they are friggin' brilliant colleagues of mine. They challenge me like nothing else. Two of these people, they don't like dogs. They don't want anything to do with animals. They don't like any of it. They are not religious. They're not spiritual. They're total, and they're good people. But they are totally focused on what? The physical world. They could find Waldo in a jungle. I mean, they really, really are phenomenal. I look at them like, who the hell are you? How do you do that? How is that possible? Then there's a population of people who are crossovers, who could, like my spiritual brother, BFF, John Hogue. John Hogue is a sacred, he's a medium. He's genius. He can explain the physical world to you politically, socially, religiously. But he also is a long-time extreme meditator. He gets both sides. I'm not at that level, but I'm in that same field. You know, he and I talk a lot. We email back and forth. We help each other. We stimulate each other's creativity, and that's what you're supposed to do. But I can't really do that with my total materialistic scientific friends. One's an ER doc. I mean, these are brilliant, brilliant people. Neither can I do it as well with the other club. The other club are the woo-woo meisters, the total Neptunians. They live in this other world. Everything has to be special. And if it's the material world, it's bad. We need those people too. We need all of this. And so if all of us are put on a ship and sent out to sea for a couple months before we killed each other, we'd have to find our soul within the personality. These are soul traits expressed through the personality to hopefully make a change and a difference.
So how do people like John Hogan you bring in the scientific and the spiritual together? Because it does seem like that's key in helping people understand or feel comfortable.
You know, I think people like he and I were educated and educated ourselves to do this. I think he and I, we've discussed this in a way, we're autodidactic. In other words, we want to teach ourselves, and the internet is so wonderful for that. I want to find out about this. Well, go research this, or this. So autodidactic is that you really have to educate and teach yourself in a lot of ways, But you do need higher power. Now, I can barely understand some of the things that John writes. He's a genius. He's brilliant in understanding the politics of the world. Do we agree all the time? No, we don't. We have absolutely opposite beliefs in certain things. Is he right or wrong or me? You don't even go there. What the purpose is in these, what I call the three archetypes, the materialist, the ones in the middle, and the woo-woo people, is to stimulate each other from those energy fields that each of us represent, because we all have it in us. But I think we are trained by our soul to find and be around certain kinds of people. I really believe in that. And it comes from the love factor. Your soul is total, total love. It's a master on the soul plane. And when you access pieces of it, when it can reach through to you without you burning up like a burning bush because it's too much radiation. But when you can do that, you know it and you feel it. So the way I choose to communicate with these different kinds of people that I communicate with is through a loving understanding that I'm not like you or I am like you, but I can learn and I can love you for who you are.
That's so beautiful and hopeful. And it gets back to the collaboration we talk about so often.
It really, to me, this, I'm telling you, this race 7 stuff, this Aquarian stuff, we spent 2,500 years going into the monasteries and beating ourselves with whips and denying ourselves this, that, and the other for the physical world. We learned how to deny the physical world and grow spiritually. Okay, got that. Graduate. We graduated from that. Now, take those skills and sit in a group collaborative, but you be authentic. This is so hard. Sometimes I'm like, why can't I just get what I'm supposed to do? Because you're trying to do so, Zoli, somebody else's work that you think you're supposed to. So I have to pull back and grieve that I can't do that. But then I need to be joyful to see the work that the Holy Spirit has given me.
That's really a balance or a challenge to kind of see it both on both sides and the waiting and letting it unfold.
I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. And I think that's my thing. I identify as a research analyst in the field of psionics. That covers a lot. Look what Ray Hernandez did with you guys. If you want, Ray took years writing this. I saw what he went through. Oh my God. He wrote 4 tomes. I mean, they're like like dictionary size books, if not bigger, collecting intel and information and forensics about what's been and what's coming, what could be from brilliant minds all over the world. You can download these free. Search for Raniero Hernandez. I don't know. I don't think I know his website. He lost.
I think it's greaterreality.com.
Yes, I think it is. He lost some of his emails. I haven't talked to him in a year or so. And he is in Colombia. Now he has moved to Colombia. But there's stuff out there. These brilliant people. John Hogue, he wrote over 44,000 words in his last Hogue report. It takes me days. I can't even understand a lot of it. I have to reread some of it. But what a gift. And with him, for like $60 a year, you can get all this information. There are people in the governments that read his work. I'm not there. I'm just doing what I do because I love it and I'm told to do it and detach from who, when, where, what, and why. Just detach. But I think what we're all trying to do, those of us that are in that middle piece, we say to ourselves, if I can get my work to the people out there in the world doing this, I've succeeded. I've succeeded. If I can get the downloads I get to the right people, I've succeeded, and you take off and run with it. And to me, that's the challenge, and that's really what it's about. And it's exciting to be able to work with other people and to see that a piece of your work that you were given is now part of their wheelhouse. And who knows what they'll do with it.
That's so inspiring. And that's why we keep doing what we're doing.
We do. We keep doing that. And I told you the other day that Spirit said to me, look, the personality is greedy. When you get a compliment or when you get a criticism, it does the same thing. You have the opportunity now to attach to somebody else's opinion or go, thank you for either one. I get that. And then you move on.
That's great advice.
Yeah, if we can do it, that's being authentic. Social media doesn't do that. People will go on for 5 days about what you disrespected me. Who cares? Who cares? But you brought up that point. almost every time about how do we be more loving to ourselves. Sometimes we just have to sit with the discomfort. And this disgust sensitivity can also go to ourselves. I'm really sick of this behavior that I'm doing. God help me, Spirit help me, and you will get answers. This is really cute. I woke up yesterday morning and I was just in a mood. So why did I dream something? Whatever. I had thrown a wash rag in the shower last night, forgot to take it out. I went in and looked at it. It was in the shape of a heart.
Uh-huh.
Spirit did that for me. So Zoe, suck it up. Put on your big girl panties. Take it less seriously. Go on, share. There we are. Drink coffee. I don't know.
Yeah. Be gentle with yourselves and just keep learning from each other and growing.
That is so important. And we learn that in school and then we forget it. But you're right, that's so important. As a mom with 3 kids, you're faced with that every day.
Oh, yes. They're a good reminder for sure.
Get that.
And it's something we all need. It's difficult if we don't have each other's lessons and experiences and stories, we get caught up in ourselves and we're not as aware of the whole bigger picture.
Well, I do. I'll get caught up in grabbing low-hanging fruit of negative emotions, deadly sins, whatever. Oh, look, I can do that now. Nobody's looking.
Exactly.
It's just human nature, but the beauty of the other, is when we recognize just that little feeling that there is only one soul. You want soulmate, this and that. There's only one soul. And that's that big burst that came out of the cosmic from God. But we are all the same soul. We're part of that if you back it up far enough.
We really need to get back, bring that. That gives me hope for peace and that love really is all there is.
It is, to sink into that. Just sink into the feeling and to know you're never alone. Ask for help. Try, ask for help. Develop a backbone, get stronger, you guys. You got to get stronger. Don't let anybody weaken you with saying you can just be weak. No, you can't. You have to get stronger.
Thank you, Zoli, for the motivation and for the kindness.
Oh, thank you, Linda. Back at you.